Every day at Sierra, you'll find top brand apparel, footwear, and gear for 20 to 60% less than department and specialty store prices. And during clearance time at Sierra, those incredible prices are 40 divided by 2.5, carry the 1, even lower. And when you shop clearance at Sierra, you can save a whole lot more on everything you need to get active and outside. That's a lot of saving. Epic brands, vast selection, teeny tiny prices. That's Sierra. Visit your local Sierra store today or shop online at sierra.com.
For those who know that questioning everything includes questioning this show's existence. The Last Show with David Cooper.
New Year's resolutions. What makes them work and what makes them not work? I feel like a lot of people have them, and then by, January 15th, out the window. Is there science behind them? Well, we're going to discuss that with a licensed therapist who runs Laurel Therapy Collective, and that serves California and Florida. Her name is Laurel Toorn. Laurel, it is a pleasure having you on the show, and happy almost New Year.
Happy almost New Year.
It is the current holiday of in-betwixtmas, that awkward time that may or may not exist between Christmas and New Year's, where even if you're going to work, half your coworkers are off, you're kind of waiting for the new year, you're hungover from the Christmas holidays. It's a weird time.
It is.
Are you in the time warp right now?
I am, and I'm, of my team, I'm the only one that's working this week, which is fine. I think it's a really great time to do some visioning. Like, what do I want the next year to look like without the noise of people pinging me, or, most of my clients are also out of town, so I have a lot of space. So this is a great time to be thinking about what do you want to do differently and how.
I think that should be the goal of the time. Maybe it's not New Year's resolutions. They don't work for everyone, but just taking a little time in this weird nebulous time warp we're in the twilight zone between Christmas and New Year's, to think about how you want to spend the new year. You were telling me at the break that our brains love a fresh start. What is it about, like, the metaphorical start gun at a race going off that helps us so much?
Yeah, it's just how our brains work. If we just pick an arbitrary Tuesday, the brain doesn't see any objective significance to that date. So it's not going to, kind of prioritize whatever your goal is there. So I like to tell people to pick a significant date if they want to make a habit change or a behavior goal. So it could be January 1st, it could be your birthday, it could be an anniversary, it could just be the start of a new month or a new fiscal year, whatever it is. Pick a date that's significant to you.
I've had a lot of luck with New Year's resolutions when I really do them well. And there are some pitfalls here. And I'd love to talk about them. I feel like if someone is just like, I'm going to be more healthy. Yeah. I'm going to drink less. These statements that mean nothing. You could action on them 1,000 different ways. Yeah. There's no clear goal. I mean, maybe there's a clear goal, but there's no clear way to get there. Yeah. Those are the ones that I worry about, where it's someone's just like, I'm going to work out more. And it's like, well, when and how and in what way? And how are you going to know whether you're working out more? I think that's where people go wrong a lot. These vague statements.
And particularly when the goal is identity-based, like being healthier, or, being more frugal or being more organized. Like, those aren't actually actionable. What you do want to look for is small and sustainable, like something you can do even on your worst day. One of my most successful New Year's resolutions was to floss my teeth every night.
Oh my God, that was mine 2 years ago. Let's talk about this. Okay, why was it successful?
Because I already brushed my teeth every night. So it was just tacking on another 30-second behavior to something I already do. It's something I can do on my worst day. And then something like flossing your teeth, it quickly becomes so routine to the point where I now feel weird if I don't do it. Like, if I'm traveling and my travel floss runs out, I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm not doing that. But it's just so second nature now. So little things like that are great resolutions because you can do them on your worst day.
There was an academic paper about which ones work and which ones don't, New Year's resolutions, and streaks, like running totals, help people a lot. And so flossing every day is an easy way to get a streak. I've done it for 1 week. I've done it for 1 month. I've done it for a whole year. I can't stop now.
Totally.
And that's very actionable and measurable. But you got to give yourself room that if you screw up one day, you can get back on the horse. Like,
totally.
I made a rule that if I'm sick or I just for whatever reason forget, that doesn't ruin the streak. I'm back on the horse the next day. It's okay. I think I got vertigo one day and I didn't brush my teeth at night because I couldn't get out of bed. The room was spinning.
Yeah, you get a pass on that.
You get a pass. So streaks are important. I've flossed every day since, and I started on December 31st. I didn't, too much pressure on January 1st, isn't there?
Yes. Well, I had a fabulous professor in graduate school who used to use this allegory because he was working with people that were trying to be sober from substances, right? And that's very challenging. That's identity-based and behavior-based, and there's a whole lot of like neurobiological factors that go into making that challenging. It's also socially very challenging. But
I'm a sober alcoholic, 6.5 years. So please go on. You're preaching to the choir here.
Well, he used to say, okay, let's imagine you're at a garden party and you wear a white linen shirt. I mean, I personally would never wear a white linen shirt for reasons we're about to discuss. But he's like, imagine that. You're wearing a white linen shirt and then you spill some barbecue sauce on that shirt. Do you then take the whole container of barbecue sauce and pour it all over your shirt because the shirt is ruined? Or do you say, oh, okay, I had a little lapse in sobriety or this streak of flossing my teeth and ask for a little soda water and dab it out and then continue out with your day. A lot of us, when we have one drink after a couple of months of sobriety, or we, are really sick and we don't floss our teeth, it's like, well, the streak is ruined. Guess I better give up. Right? But that's the equivalent of like pouring the barbecue sauce all over the shirt. You don't have to be perfect. You just address the issue, to wipe out the stain and carry on enjoying the garden party.
Fall off the horse, get back on. Don't,
exactly.
I don't know, ask the horse to jump all over you and stay in the mud for 10 hours.
Exactly, yeah.
You mentioned like eating healthier. That's vague. What you could do is say, hey, I'm going to buy like one vegetable at the supermarket every week and I'm going to cook it and eat it, or something like that. You can turn a vague goal into something actionable.
Yeah.
Here's one of mine. I don't know if you agree with it. Don't get tied up with spending money up front. Like if your goal is to work out more, don't think that just buying a gym membership is good enough. January are the gym's favorite times of year because they rack in the money and then the people stop going. I say go to the gym without getting a membership. Pay for an individual entry. And if you've done that 5 times, then on the 6th time, get the gym membership. It might seem like more money, but the odds are most people won't go all 5 times and they would have wasted the membership.
I agree with that. And I also think that it takes people a lot of time to figure out what is actually going to be sustainable. Like, what are you going to be able to continue doing when you have a hard week? So if people are looking at fitness or health related goals, it has to be fun. It has to be fun. If your specific behaviors towards being healthier are not enjoyable, you're not going to continue them. Now, it's not like I really enjoy flossing, but that's 30 seconds of my day. Right.
But going to the dentist and then them saying, hey, Laurel, you got great teeth this time of year. Have you been flossing? That is fun.
It is. I get a gold star every time and it feels great. But if you're looking at something like, oh, I want to work out more, that workout has to be fun. Right. It's if you just feel like you're dying inside the whole time you're working out, well, you're not going to keep doing that for a whole year or more. So find something that's fun. I know a lot of people are big Soul Cycle fans because it feels like a party. Some people love more strength training rather than cardio.
Just don't say pickleball. Please don't say pickleball. Fine pickleball.
Sure, because it's highly social and there's a lot of, like fun stuff around it. It could be a rec league. It could be a dance class, but it has to be specific to you that you're going to find fun or at least not dread it.
And I think I like this barbecue sauce analogy. Don't be too hard on yourself for missed days, because if you get into this cycle of like, oh, I'm a piece of garbage for missing a day. If I was a piece of garbage yesterday, why don't I just be a piece of garbage today? Don't look at it that way. You miss a day, get back on, you can get a new streak going.
Yep. And, setting intentions rather than goals, making them small and actionable rather than personality based or character based, you're going to set yourself up for success. I also saw some influencer was talking about, instead of making a vision board, to make a becoming board. So look at what are the steps towards becoming what you want to do? So is it putting on your shoes and leaving the house every day? That is an actionable goal rather than I'm going to run every day.
Laurel Toorn is a licensed therapist. Check her out at Laurel Therapy Collective. That's in California and Florida.
Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu? Is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.